8 dead and dozens injured when a train falls off the L, coming up.
Just 9 days earlier, on the 15th of June, a newly reorganized company, the Brooklyn Manhattan Transit Corporation or BMT, took over the operations of the bankrupt Brooklyn Rapid Transit Company or BRT. For more information on the history of the BMT, check out our other video entitled The Rise and Fall of the BMT. The new CEO, Gerhard M. Dahl, proclaimed optimistically,
"There is nothing left now to do but to get into the saddle and give good service and make money. This property will be transferred at midnight and its new officers, who for the past 4 years have been working out the reorganization, will get right on the job and do things."
At 2:15 p.m. on the afternoon of the 25th of June 1923, a Fifth Avenue elevated train bound for Manhattan derailed on the curve where the Fifth Avenue L turned onto Flatbush Avenue. The train carried approximately 60 passengers. Witnesses stated that they saw the train slow down as it approached the curve. They reported hearing a grinding sound, then a deafening crash as the cars toppled from the structure onto the street below. Upon falling, one of the rail cars crushed the front of a truck, killing the truck driver. Initial reports stated that the cause of the derailment was a broken axle. However, this was disputed as the investigation evolved. A witness waiting for a traffic light to change under the L reported,
"My attention was attracted by a burst of flame on the superstructure. It was of the kind that occurs when there is a blowout. I was appalled to observe the 2 cars of the train suddenly leave the tracks, lurch into the air and out above the rail. Then down they came, head first to the street, 30 feet below. It was like the collapse of a monster set of toy cars. End on end they hit the hard surface of the pavement. I gazed at the spectacle, too stunned to act at once. Immediately a huge cloud of dust arose, blotting out the picture."
William S. Mendon, the new president and chief operating officer of the BMT, rushed to the scene. The Transit Commission, the agency that regulated the private transit companies, dispatched 2 engineers and several inspectors. At 3 p.m. the BMT made a statement.
"We are informed that the Bay Ridge train which was derailed left the track after it had turned the corner of Fifth Avenue and Flatbush Avenue and was on the straight stretch of track pulling into the Atlantic Avenue station. We understand there were about 15 passengers in each car. One car is entirely off the elevated structure and lies in the street. One truck of the other is on the elevated structure and the car hangs suspended over the edge. We still do not know the cause."
Investigations were begun by the Transit Commission, the BMT, and a grand jury. While the cause of the derailment was not determined, the investigation focused on the condition of the guardrails which were supposed to prevent a derailed train from toppling from the structure. The guardrails referred to in the investigation are these wooden beams that run parallel to the track on the outside as seen in this picture. Engineers had inspected the rails in January and had recommended repairs. However, the Transit Commission allowed the Brooklyn Rapid Transit Company, then in bankruptcy, to defer maintenance. The condition was not considered critical. Gerhard Dahl issued the following statement.
"The track structure at the point in question is the standard elevated structure prevailing throughout the city and in other cities, except that the guard timbers on the Fifth Avenue line, including the point of the accident, are 8 inches high, whereas the guard timbers on the new elevated structures, including the elevated portions of the city-built subway lines, are only 6 inches high. The entire timber deck of the Fifth Avenue line, including the portion where the accident happened, was rebuilt new in 1912-13, and had been maintained since that date in accordance with established practice, with replacements as shown to be required by inspection. In other words, the timber deck in question, including the guardrails, had been in place not more than 10 years. Considerably less than the average life as demonstrated by experience in this and other cities."
The grand jury concluded in September without any indictments, nor could it determine the initial cause of the derailment. They called over 100 witnesses and in the end made some recommendations such as increasing the frequency of inspections, indexing ties and guard timbers to track when repairs or replacement was needed, installing steel guardrails at switches, and installing a steel barrier on curves.
Sources for this video included the Brooklyn Daily Eagle and the Brooklyn Times Union. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel.